Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Host Eddie Frederick.
So glad you can join us. St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, says communities will be rebuilt. This story takes the lead in a 1099th edition of Caribbean Perspective for Tuesday, 27th April 2021. Details after this break.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Seismic activity at the La Soufrière volcano in St. Vincent has remained low since the tremor associated with the explosion and ash venting days ago. Additionally, scientists monitoring the volcano have indicated that over the last 24 hours, only a few long-period hybrid and volcano-tectonic earthquakes were recorded with no further tremor. The Seismic Research Center of the University of the West Indies said in its latest update that since the initial depressurization, a decrease in pressure within the volcano caused by the release of magma, gases and fluids during the explosive event noted immediately following the April 9th explosion phase, the continuous GPS network has recorded a decrease in the overall rates of horizontal and vertical movement. The volcano continues to erupt. The pattern of seismic activity over the last few days is typical of the growth and destruction of lava domes. Explosions with accompanying ashfall of similar or larger magnitude can occur with little or no warning, the SRC said, adding that the volcano is at alert level red. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has said that residents of northern St. Vincent, including communities north of the Rebecca Dry River, will be allowed to return to their homes when the eruption of La Soufrière ends and the all clear is given. Gonsalves, speaking on the state-owned NBC radio, said that there are people who say that the communities of the volcano red zone in the northeast, as well as the orange zone communities in the northwest, should be abandoned and reserved for agriculture. As far as I am concerned, as far as the ULP, United Labour Party, is concerned, north of the Rebecca Dry River, that's the soul of this nation. Garifuna and Kalinago and all what they represent. Similarly, places like Rosebank and Petit Bordel and Fitzhughes and Chateau Bel Air with Garifuna people, Gonsalves said. The Garifuna people are a mixed African and indigenous people who are descended from the Black Caribs who lived here and speak Garifuna and Arawakan language. On April 9th, after 3 months of effusive eruption, La Soufrière erupted explosively 15 hours after an evacuation order was issued and just 4 days shy of the 42nd anniversary of its 1979 eruption. Volcanologist Professor Richard Robertson, the lead scientist monitoring the volcano, says the eruption could last for up to a year. In related news, it's heading past 18 days since the La Soufrière volcano first started erupting, and there have been several explosions causing pyroclastic flows as well as plumes of ash to cover parts of the country, forcing evacuations. The situation is expected to drag on for quite some time. TV6's reporter Alicia Boucher is in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, where she interviewed a few Vincentians on their country's ability to adapt.
We're here in Kingstown, the capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and this area is part of the Green Zone. As you can see behind me, life and business both appear to be functioning as usual. That's at least on the surface. But exactly what is going on in the hearts of the people of St. Vincent? We saw those answers.
Volcanic activity at Le Soufre, which began erupting on April 9th, is forecast to last months and could spill over into more than a year. That's according to the experts. The situation has resulted in the displacement of more than 16,000 people who were living in the red zone, many of them now forced to reside in schools converted into shelters in the green zone. People's mindset may not necessarily be able to determine where the time is spent, but it can significantly impact how the time is spent, especially for those who have never experienced Le Soufre's fury. It's easier said than done.
To be honest, it's a big setback. Nobody prepared for something like this. It's hard to adapt. It take a long time to adapt. It's very, people who experience it in 79 might have an easier way to adapt, but young people like who in this time who never experienced it before, take a long time to adapt.
Joshana Davis is among those facing the uncertainty about when her life would return to some type of normalcy.
I am an evacuee. I evacuated from Georgetown.
Which house are you staying at?
I am in a private home.
Okay. And how has the experience been like in that home?
It's very depressing. Not being in your own home, it's uncomfortable. But again, we're resilient. We will adapt and we'll get through it.
Some like me, I already expected that. I expected to at least go on at least a year. All right? But for some persons, I know they're not handling it well because of, the relocation and really just adapting to it.
But you didn't have to relocate?
No, I didn't have to relocate because I'm living right on the edge of the green zone.
Although the ashfall in the green zone was slight in comparison to the devastation in the red and parts of the orange zones, it still affected residents and businesses.
Can't open. The dust inside it. It's affecting everybody, but we just had to thank God we are alive. It could have been worse. It could have been worse, everybody. Thank God, and people say, you suffer, but thank God nobody can suffocate from it and whatever. Never mind the water system breakdown and whatever. Thank God we are still alive and thing, and thank God the government trying to support with food and whatever overseas and whatever.
Reporting from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
A major gun bust as authorities in Trinidad and Tobago have intercepted a large quantity of high-powered weapons, pistols and ammunition, stopping these weapons from getting into the hands of criminals. Avashita Rupnarayan of TV6 News reports.
It's being ranked as a major dent in the operations of organized criminal gangs. What you're seeing on your screen is the large cache of arms and ammunition with the potential to kill hundreds. It was seized by police during a calculated exercise on Thursday at a bonded warehouse belonging to Leparkin Limited. Officers of the SIU and the crime scene unit of the TTPS and the Customs and Excise Division swooped down on the building where they found 13 9mm pistols, 1 revolver, 15 high-powered rifles, and 1 automatic shotgun. To ammo now, they found 28 rifle magazines, 7 extended 9mm pistol magazines, 21 regular 9mm pistol magazines, 3 9mm drum magazines, 1 5.56 drum magazine, 4 5.56 magazine holders, 2 shotgun barrel chokes, 10 rounds of .380 ammunition, 293 rounds of 5.56 ammo, 91 rounds of 10mm ammo, 15 rounds of .380 ammo, 321 rounds of 9mm ammunition. They also found 32 12-gauge cartridges. Police also seized 4 packets of pills, possibly ecstasy, 1 tactical bag, 4 police sirens, 4 police blue lights, 1 female bulletproof vest, 4 balaclavas. In a statement from the TTPS, police say they received information from international partners to be on the lookout for the importation of arms and ammunition into TNT. On April 20th, information was received and the packages identified at the bond. One senior police source tells TV6 a major dent in the operations of criminals is expected. Our source says the haulage did not come in one shipment but dozens of different packages addressed to false names and false addresses. Police suspect the involvement of employees who facilitate the movement of arms and ammunition from source to destination. Inspector Roger Alexander, speaking on TV6's Beyond the Tape, said somebody is preparing for war.
So if you have a country with all this artillery, weapons, ammunition coming in for a purpose, then someone's intention was to go to war. And how are we going to address that? Is it going to be business as usual every day? Well, it's just them young boy just have the gun. He just have one gun. He does not two. Is it going to be business as usual? How are we going to address this? How are we going to address a situation like this? Are we going to sit down and wait for the next pile to come? Alan, sometimes you need to, you know why some bulls are missing? Some bulls. Because someone took them by the horn and they're gone. It is difficult for citizens to observe something like this and be comfortable with it. Whether you're a little boy, a big man, a little girl, or a woman. This is a difficult thing to digest.
Urvashi Tiwari, Rupnarayan, TV6 News.
Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown says he's concerned about the devastating surge of COVID-19 cases in India.
Our hearts go out to these Indians, to Prime Minister Modi, who has been very kind to us. As you know, he would have shown significant grace in making, 500,000 vaccines available to the Caribbean region.
Prime Minister Brown was speaking Saturday on his weekly radio program on Point FM. He says the coronavirus probably would have killed many more people in Antigua and Barbuda if not for his Indian counterparts' support. Sunday, India recorded a record-breaking 349,691 new cases, bringing its total to around 17 million since the pandemic began. The BBC reports overcrowded hospitals are turning patients away as they struggle to secure enough oxygen. The World Health Organization says India's situation is a devastating reminder of what the coronavirus can do. India also saw the highest daily rise in its COVID-19 death toll, recording 2,767 deaths in the 24 hours leading up to Sunday morning.
Did you know that your friends and family can now shop at the Food Fair from anywhere in the world and you can receive here in Grenada? The Food Fair and GrenadaMarket.com now make it possible through secure online shopping and personalized customer service. Simply send your loved ones a list of your preferred items or let them fill an online basket and the items will be available for pickup or delivery. Visit GrenadaMarket.com or thefoodfair.gd today for more details. The new norm. Spread the news.
I am Eddie Frederick. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean. In the meantime, please continue to log on to CaribbeanPerspective.com for more daily news and more.